Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Virgo reading. The full moon is on the 24th of February, and the energy of Mars has just moved into Pluto, moved into Aquarius, joining with Pluto in those early minutes of the sign Aquarius. And this is giving us an incredibly passionate, strong desire to make changes in new ways in our lives, within ourselves, and in the world. So, hopeful message around Valentine's Day about the power that we have to improve ourselves and our world. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. If you're interested, I always give away a free reading around the first of each month, and I choose the recipient of that from comments and donations I received previously. So thank you to all who are participating in that, and to all of you who support me in all the ways that you do, primarily by your presence here now. So let's get started. Gemini, with your overall energy for this month, the Lord of Staffs. This is really putting an emphasis on the power of your confidence, your belief in yourself, your inspiration, what has motivated you, your heart's desire to pursue what it is that you're interested in pursuing at this time. There is a lot of emphasis on your root chakra, on your fourth house, the area of your own history, your family, your roots, and there's an inspiration you're receiving from that area. So you may be very interested in establishing a firmer foundation for yourself, inspired to grow that, to beautify it, to make it an abode that houses your inspiration, your motivation, and your creative expression. In the present, we have the Strength card. This is the Justice card. In the past, the Warrior of Cups, and in the future, the Fool card. It's interesting with the planetary connections that are occurring with Mars and Pluto, indicating this powerful strength. I read this card as the Strength card, although it is about justice, which is related to the Strength card. In initiation, these two cards, Strength and Justice, are often switched as a blind to prevent the profane from entering into the sacred tradition and perhaps manipulating it or abusing it. This is, at this time, describing to me the power of your karma, the power of your strength and ability to continue to work at something you believe deeply in, despite the lack of reward that you have received for those efforts. And the lack of reward has not daunted you from persevering in this quest, on this journey towards this goal. But you're also at this time becoming aware that you have been deprived or denied a certain amount of compensation, even if that's only credit or recognition for the work that you've done. And you are adjusting that, harmonizing that sense of perhaps unfairness with this ability to advocate for yourself, if only to yourself, or with others who have similarly suffered or been denied as you are. You're in a moment of empowerment through your present condition, and this is an awakening of what you are already deserving of, what you have earned, that you are worthy and deserving of claiming this reward, acknowledgement, recognition. And this is really coming out of this place that you are cultivating now, have been cultivating around this ability to not only open your heart to your talents and gifts, the things that naturally occur to you, but honoring those, elevating those in a way that frees your imagination, frees your ability to look at new and innovative ways to express yourself, to give love, but primarily to receive love. This is the part of you that is understanding your worthiness, your natural worthiness as a human being, as a gifted and talented soul, as someone who has done the work. And you are elevating this imaginative aspect of yourself that freely can look through the desire that is natural to you at new ways of expressing yourself, new ways of finding that compensation or that reward that has eluded you. This is all in preparation for the fool's journey that you are, I'm sorry, not the fool, the magician. I'm realizing this deck of cards, the first deck that I ever received decades ago, a couple of cards always blind me. And this, rather than the fool, is the magician. And that makes better sense with the energies that are coming through, that you're in a place of creating your own, not waiting for the recognition or the rewards from the efforts of others or their cooperation or their recognition of your compliance, hard work with the rules, with the tradition. Instead, you're in a place preparing to create something of your own in which you define the structure, the goals, the rules of the game, and who and how you work with and for what reward. So this is a real transition, a transitory moment where you are creating something again from the ground up, something that anchors your existence, anchors your expression and your responsibility or participation in the world. Gemini, if this reading is vibing with you so far, please like this video, share it with someone, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm pulling a card from Soul's Journey, and I've pulled the Peace card. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. This is really affirming this personal opening that you have been experiencing around your worthiness, your deservedness, your extent of your creative talents and expression, how much more you have to give, how much more you have to say, and then creating that environment where you can say and do in the way that best resonates with your talents and your goals. I'm also going to pull a flora and fauna of Africa, and I've pulled the spotted hyena. And the plant associated with this card is the delphinium, and the key word is protection. Trust your intuition and instinct. Watch your surroundings and choose your words carefully. The power of your words always comes through the magician. This is a card ruled by the planet Mercury, and the energy and the power of your words and your ability to facilitate. This is one of your sun sign rulers is Mercury. And so you are naturally glib. You're a natural communicator. You like to facilitate conversation and the exchange of ideas and information. I'm going to clarify the Justice card here with the Five of Swords and the Hermit. This is your present energy. So you're definitely fielding a lot of resistance, I would say, to wherever you are currently located. It gives me the feeling that you may still be engaged in some kind of an organization, on a team, or in an effort where you are looking at what you have contributed, what you have earned, and what you feel you are deserving of receiving. There is a lot of perhaps criticism, critique, resistance to your ideas that plays into a sense of self-doubt, a sense of not being enough. As you pull in and recognize your retreat from this environment altogether is part of your understanding that this self-doubt may be seeded by being in the wrong environment for you at this time. Despite the effort you've made, despite the contribution you've made to this current project, you recognize that it really is a place that sparks a sense of lack in you, a sense of not having enough, not doing enough, or not being enough. And that is completely contrary to your inner authority, that not only knows that you have enough, but knows that your ideas can be steering the ship, directing the project, moving the team in a particular way. So this desire to go within, to pull back from all the resistance that you're receiving, is not a giving up or a giving in by any means. It's your consideration of why this resistance seems eternal in this situation. That this idea that no matter what you do, there's always a critique, there's always some way in which it is undermined or undervalued, and you are gaining back your sense of value and right to be who you are and to express that. In the past, the Warrior of Cups is clarified by the Four of Wands and the Sun card. Beautiful. Yeah, there's such a feeling of an awakening that occurred to you in your recent past. I'm saying recent, but it can be at any time. Time has no limit. This past revelation came as a result of training that you received as a part of the mentorship that you received in a particular way that reinforced the value of your gifts, reinforced the power of your words, your expression, and really helped you to recenter back on who you are and recapture the joy of that, the pleasure of that, as opposed to the sense of being resisted, not being undervalued, not being appreciated for just the level of fun, joy, camaraderie, and really playfulness that is also a feature of who you are. Not taking things so seriously when you're already clear that you're doing the work that is important work, the work that has value and is significant with a potential impact on others that is positive, to enjoy that, to play with that, to be creative in a way that is playful and uplifts the group. Feels to be an environment, a circumstance in which you're not able to express those qualities in a way you're not taken seriously, perhaps as your desire to express these qualities of playfulness, joy, fun. That work can be hard, but it can also be enjoyable, pleasurable, and remind everyone of the sacredness of your work. In the future, the Magician is clarified by the Five of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Interesting. So you're still trying to solve a problem here. You're still recognizing that perhaps the resistance you're experiencing is also the result of a pattern of failures or disappointments that you've endured. And rather than review that pattern, better understand that pattern, I believe you're grieving this pattern as you realize that you are releasing this old way of doing things. You're releasing this need to give your power away in the hope that you will be appreciated. This need to comply with the rules of others in the hopes that your value will be seen and lifted up. Instead, because you are finding the gratitude for exactly who you are, no apologies for being in your own authority, being that authentic being with that authentic need to share your gifts with others and to have it be valued for what it is. You are in a space of gratitude which allows you to grieve this old way of being, grieve the surrender or the loss of this situation which for so long seemed to provide the recognition, the success that you were looking towards. You're also cultivating a protection for yourself. And I think it's so interesting that the spotted hyena is about protecting oneself, being cautious. You're setting clear boundaries around your efforts, around yourself. You're saying no. You're building healthier boundaries in your relationships with others. And both fives are indicating some disappointing interactions with others, some hurtful interactions, ways that you've been wounded. And now you are clarifying your expertise by setting clear boundaries around that. This is a kind of liberation where you're standing up for yourself. You're speaking back. You're speaking to power. You are addressing yourself, feeling absolutely validated and clear that you have value to the situation and you have a unique way of contributing that. And so in this new space, in this new project, in this new job or new relationship, you're carving out a place for exactly that. And this, again, comes as a kind of liberation for you. I'm going to finish up this reading with a love oracle of Eden. And despite the name, it is really simply an oracle of Eden, published by Tazama, the Netherlands publisher that focuses on promoting the African presence of the diaspora. So cards are kind of stuck today. Let's see if I can loosen them up. It's very cold here. And here, I have pulled the Evolve card. I love it. So this card is really about the way that you are taking your own development, your personal evolution into your own hands, realizing that only you can improve upon and develop your skills and talents in the way that best reflects you and your mission, your purpose on earth. I'm going to read the card's mantra here. I allow myself and others to evolve into the best versions of ourselves. This really speaks to your role as the magician in some ways and your personal evolution to a place of speaking that truth with safety, with clarity, without rancor or anger, but really from a place of love. Self-love, self-respect. So thank you, Gemini, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.